No, listen. How many times are you gonna put my mom through the same bullshit? Yeah.
This family, they are in the US. They are Ugandan family. They live in America. The kids checked their father's phone. They snooped through their father's messages and found that their father was having conversations with another woman that is not their mother. And they confronted their father in a very, very not so pleasant manner.
Was it just conversation? You didn't get the brief.
You didn't get the brief now. They saw a video, apparently maybe from the man's phone, where he had a sexual something.
Carnal knowledge.
Oh my God.
On the matrimonial bed. And recorded it.
So,
yes. So
and you had the gist.
Confronted the man. They were rude. They were, no, I wouldn't use the word rude. They were upset.
Yes.
And they were talking to the man, using different, really talking to him about everything he's been doing. The man was just sitting down.
Humbled,
I would say, or...
That's the interpretation.
Yeah, that's right. Or shocked or...
Embarrassed.
Like, I don't even care.
Core of
I saw an I don't care attitude. What are you people talking about?
So the conversation is
right?
Is it right for you if you see your father or your mother do something wrong to that level? Is it right for you to confront them, especially because you are a child? And these are people that raised you. And have we lost the African culture of respectability? Or are we saying that regardless, when something is wrong, it doesn't matter if it's your parents, you have to say it out. And even if you want to point it out to your parents, should you use insulting words? Should you embarrass them? Should you totally disregard that, the parenthood factor? And this is my parent.
I don't think this would have been the first time these kids have noticed something like that. They may just have caught, seen this gory video, and then it just sort of raises up everything that had been buried. They may have been seeing this woman being maltreated by the man, always constantly complaining. And I know that most mothers try as much as possible to shield what they are going through from their children. But for how long do you shield this? It gets to a certain age where the kids are, big enough, 19, 20. You can't, even when you are trying to hide, they are seeing how you are being treated on a day-to-day basis. And it becomes a subject to talk about in the home. And I personally agree that, or believe that, family members are supposed to hold each other accountable. Okay. So as you get older, as you're a child, you may be seeing some things. Growing up, I saw a lot of things that I would have questioned, but I was a little girl, and I know that they would slap my face to the back. So I kept quiet. But I got to an age where I would look at my father and say, Dad, this is wrong. Daddy, this is not acceptable. Daddy, don't treat this woman like this. Daddy, if they treat me like this, would you like it when I get married? I started having those conversations. And I'm naturally forceful when I talk. And I took that from him. So we forcefully talk to each other about certain things. And I just noticed that somehow, because of the respect he had for me, that I had not messed up as a child, he started adjusting his ways in how he treated my stepmothers. I saw that growing up. I was able to have that conversation. So now we are raising children who, do we want wholesome children? We need to live by that example. We need to allow them express themselves. Now, how they express themselves may also come from a place of, they've seen a lot of things go wrong and they're just tired. They're not having it anymore. But we, as the children now, may try as much as possible to express ourselves well, even though we're handling parental... children solve issues between their mother and their father.
Right. Really a sad thing that's happened in their home. And I can understand the emotions that were at play. But I feel strongly that there has to be a way a child talks to a parent. That's just how I feel. I'm raising my children to be confident, to be able to express themselves. But I also am very insistent on the manner in which they express themselves with adults, with your parents. My children would not scream and shout at me. I will not accept that. They will not scream and shout at their teacher. I would not accept that. As an employee, you will not go and scream and shout at your boss. There's a way you have to understand to communicate your grievances, your anger. And so for me, the manner in which it was done was wrong. Now, not to be all sanctimonious, I know that in many homes, this sort of confrontation actually happens. Children have been known to raise their voices to their parents, in situations like this. But usually you would have maybe another sibling that is trying to calm the waters and calm the tempers during that time. So for me, it's just that situation. I also do not agree with those who say this is a mother-father conversation. The children should not have been involved. They can be involved in that conversation, but it has to be done in a respectful manner, because whether you like it or not, there's a way that a child has to discuss with the father, even for the father to understand it.
So I'm of the opinion that as a parent, your children are your report card. And in some cases, you might say, I've done my best, my children still turned out this way. They are still your report card. And this is a reflection of their parenting on those children. Those children were raised by a man who can cheat and record a video of himself with another woman on the bed. Obviously, he deserved what he got, and that is who he is. Now, of course, we always say children should be like, even if your parents don't raise you well, as you've grown, you will retrain yourself. But the man deserved what he got based on what he did. And we need to stop this idea of we are worshiping our parents, and Africans don't talk back to our parents. Africans don't. As in leadership, in mentorship, your leader leads you, then you lead back. You are mentored, then you reverse mentor that person. In several cases, your parents might not know what they are doing wrong. You correct them.